Good morning, class. Here we are again. Okay. Here are your notes for today. Okay. We're going to be on page 5. All right. So happy Monday. So today we are going to be something simple, something easy. We're going to be adding and subtracting decimals. Okay. So we're going to keep on building from what we did last week, okay? So now that you know how to compare and order them, you know their place values, that'll get us ready for addition and subtraction. And I went ahead and put adding and subtracting together because they have the exact same rules, okay? So we'll go ahead and do those together. Knock them out in one day. It'll be easy, okay? So we are on page 5. So nice clean page. And we'll go ahead and put the objective for today. You're going to learn how to add and subtract decimals. Okay. Rational numbers. Start off with the decimals. The easiest ones to add. Okay. Talk about the other ones later. All right. So adding and subtracting decimals. What is addition? Addition is when you pretty much take two things and put them together, right? Some of the words you hear when you're hearing about adding: total, sum, SUM, okay, sum. Subtraction is minus, difference, okay, debt, DEBT. Anything you're taking away from is subtraction, okay? So I'm going to tell you the steps. It's not that many, there's 4 steps, okay? So here are the steps. Step 1, just like when we compared and ordered last week, remember when we did comparing and ordering? Remember the first step we did? If not, that's what your notebook's for. Go through your notes. You're not writing them just to look pretty. You're writing them so you can go back and refresh your memory and use them on your quizzes and use them on your tests, okay? So step 1, we're going to line up the place values. So just like in comparing and ordering, you're going to line up your numbers based on their place value, okay? Just like before. All right. Now, step 2 is very important when you are subtracting, okay? Step for addition, I mean, it'll help you out to make everything look nice and neat, which is what I like. But definitely for subtracting, you need to do step 2, okay? We are going to add the invisible 0. So add zeros where needed. Okay, so you remember when we were comparing and ordering and we had empty spots on place values? That's what we're doing here. We're adding those zeros in the empty spots to help us line everything up correctly. Okay. Step 3. I do step 3. A lot of teachers don't do step 3. I do it because a lot of students forget to do this. Even I forget to do this sometimes. But we are going to bring, that is letter B, bring the decimal point into our answer. So we're going to take that decimal point and bring it into the answer ready for us, okay? Because everything's already lined up, so we might as well bring that in, because if not, we'll forget. I forget sometimes, so I put step 3 there to remind myself as well, okay? We all make mistakes here and there. And then the last step, step number 4, will be to just add or subtract, okay? Double check your problem. Ask yourself, are they asking me to add or are they asking me to subtract? Are they using an addition word or are they using a subtraction word? Okay, so always double check that to see which one they want you to do for the problem. Okay, we'll go ahead and get into some examples. Okay, I'll give you some time to catch up if you need to. You can always press pause. All right, always press pause and catch up. A lot of students like to just listen to me, watch it, and they'll go back, press pause, and copy it down. So it's whatever your preference is, okay? So here are examples for today. We'll start off with the addition. So here's example number 1. Let's go ahead and add 3 9/10 to 4/100. 3 and 9/10 to 4/100. Okay, now this is how you use your notes again. Follow the steps if you don't know how to do it. Step 1 says to line up the place values. So I'm going to start off with the first number. He goes on top. So 3.9. And you see how I'm writing them nice and neat and kind of separating out, bunched up together? That's going to help me out in the long run when I have bigger numbers. Okay, so ones place and the tens place is there. Next, I have a 0 in the ones place. So that goes under the 3. The decimal goes under the decimal. The 0's in the tenths, and the 4 is in the hundreds. Okay, and just to remind myself, we are adding. So there's my addition symbol and my line. Okay, so pretty. Okay, next, step 2, add zeros where needed. So let's take a look and see any blanks. The ones are good, the tens are good, the hundreds not too good. I'm missing 1. So we're just gonna go ahead and annex that 0 right there. Okay, just put him in his empty spot so everybody has a buddy. It's a buddy system here. Everybody needs a buddy. Okay, now we're gonna go ahead and do step 3, bring the decimal point into my answer. So here, here, here. Okay, you can do you can switch 3 and 4 if you want to. I put it here because it's nice and neat and we're ready to go. Now, we're ready to do the last step, which is add or subtract. If we take a look here, we are adding. So 0 plus 4, so a 4 stays in the 100 spot. 9 plus 0, 9 is in the 10 spot. And then 3 plus 0, 3 is in the 1 spot. So your answer is 3 and 94/100. So make sure you box in your answers, okay? That way you know where the answers are at. So 3 and 94/100 is your answer for this question. Okay? Not too bad, told you. Not too bad for a Monday morning. All right? Let's try another one out. This one, some students have difficulty with this one. Let's see how y'all do. Let's take 24 and find the sum of 24 and 3 and 6/10. Okay? 24 plus 3 and 6/10. Now, just like before, first number is the one that's going to go on top. So the 24 goes right there. Now, you remember where 24 is. The 4 is in the ones, the 2 is in the tens, okay? Now, look at the 3.6, the 3 and 6/10. The 3 is in what place value? It's in the ones. If you don't remember, go back to page 1 of your notes. 3 is in the ones place. So it has to go under the 4, that's the ones. Then it has the decimal point and a 6 in the tenths, okay? Don't put 24 and then 3 and 6 underneath. Don't put the 3 under the 2 and the 6 under the 4. That's the main mistake that I see, okay? So be careful there. That's step 1. Step 2, add zeros where needed. Let's take a look. Well, in the tens place, looks like I'm missing a whole number, so you can add a 0 there. And the 6 is missing his buddy. So let's add his buddy up there. Okay, so everybody has a buddy. And the decimal, there's his buddy too. Okay, now that everybody has a buddy, we are free to add. So 0 plus 6 is 6. Okay, bring the decimal down. Okay, this is how you can do step 3 as step 4. You can do it as you go, but don't forget to do that. Okay. 4 plus 3, 7. And 2 plus 0 is 2. Do you remember how to say that correctly? 27 and 6/10. Okay, and box it in. Okay, so 24 plus 3 and 6/10 comes out to be 27 and 6/10. Okay, good. Now let's go on to 2 more. We'll do 2 more. Okay, we did 2 addition. Let's go to subtraction now. Let's try to find the difference between 4 and 5/10 and 2 and 7/100. Okay, 4 and 5/10 and minus 2 and 7/100. All right, so first number goes on top. Let's go ahead and line these up. So we have 4 and 5/10. We have a ones place and a tenths place. So let's take a look at the next number. The 2 is in what place value? So who does it go underneath? Good, it goes underneath the 4. So 2 decimal. The 0 is in the tenths, so it goes under the 5. And the 7 is in the hundredths, so it goes right there. We are subtracting, so I'm going to put the subtraction symbol and my line. Okay. Good. Step 2. Add zeros where needed. Who does not have a buddy? This 7 doesn't have a buddy. Let's add his buddy in. Okay, his buddy is always going to be the 0. Okay, and this is where I was telling you this is very important in subtraction, because had you not put that 0, a lot of students just want to bring that 7 down, and that answer is going to be there on your multiple choice. So be very careful. Make sure everybody has a buddy. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and bring down the decimal, or you can wait to the end. Just don't forget. Okay. And we're going to go ahead and add or subtract. So I'm subtracting. Can I subtract 0 minus 7? Can I take 7 away from 0? No. So you're going to have to borrow. Okay. So you remember how to borrow. We're going to take 1 away from the 5. And the 5 turns into a what now? A 4. Good. And the 0 is now added to a 10. Now I just put a 1 there. I see some students cross out the 0 and rewrite it as 10. Perfectly fine. So you can do it like I do it, or just cross out the 0 and put a 10 right there. Whatever you're used to, keep it, okay? You're coming from so many different elementary schools. Y'all been all taught differently. So whatever you are used to, you keep it that way, okay? You do not have to do it the way I do it, okay? So now we can subtract. 10 minus 7 is 3. 4 minus 0. This one I can take away, right? This one is saying 0 minus 4. I can take 0 away from 4. That leaves me with 4. My decimal is right there waiting. And 4 minus 2. 2. And how do we say this one correctly? Practice. 2 and 43 hundredths. Easy peasy lemon squeezy, guys. You got it. Okay? Good. One more. Okay? Last one. Let's do 36 minus 7 and 17 hundredths. Okay? 36 minus 7 and 17 hundredths. Step 1. Line them up. So first number goes first. That is a 36. Know your place values. Know that this 6 is in the ones and the 3 is in the tens. That's going to help you where to put this 7. That 7 is in what place value? Good. So it goes underneath the 6. So that goes right there's the ones place. There's the tenths and the hundredths. And we are subtracting. Okay. Step 2, buddy system here. Who are missing buddies? I see some buddies missing. The 3 doesn't have a buddy. The decimal doesn't have his buddy. The 1 and the other 7 doesn't have a buddy. Good. Okay, so now does everybody have a buddy? Okay, then we can move on. All right, so I'm going to bring my decimal down, but you can save it to the end. Totally up to you. Just don't forget to do it. Okay, I'm going to say that over and over again. And let us try to subtract. Can I take 7 from 0? Borrow. Can I borrow from this 0? He has nothing. He goes, I have nothing to give you, dude. Got to go next door. Go to his neighbor. So you go to your next neighbor. Can you take away from 6? Definitely. So the 6 turns into a 5. Okay. And this one turns into a 10. Now that he has 10, can you borrow from the 10? So cross him out and he turns into a 9. And that leaves this guy with 10. Okay. So again, I borrowed from the 6, turned into a 5. That made him a 10. Then I borrowed 1 from him that turned him to a 9, and that gave me 10. Okay? So then 10 minus 7 is 3. 9 minus 1 is 8. So now we're going to go ahead and subtract. 7 from 5, I can't do that. So borrow from 3, turn into 2. That turns into 15. 15 minus 7 is 8. And 2 minus 0 is 2. So your answer is 28 and 83 hundredths. Now, some things to know, okay? These are things to know when you're putting answers into Google Forms or when we come back together on the clickers that I use in here. I do use some clickers, is how you write your answer. Let's say you have an answer when you add or subtract or anything you do, and your answer is 0 and 5/10, okay? You can write it like this for now, but it does prefer you just to put decimal 5, just like that. So the 0 is not needed, okay? Another big one, if I have 6.0, okay, if you put that into Google Forms or the clickers, when we come back, that will be counted wrong, okay? That 0 is not needed, all right? So you would just have to put in 6, and that's it. Don't put a decimal after it, just put a 6, okay? And the last biggest one, if I have 30 and 50 thousandths, like this, okay? I have a lot of zeros, but this 0, I need it, okay? Because it's part of my whole number. If it's part of a whole number, I need it. If it is before a number in the decimal, I still need that. But you see how this 0 is after the 5? I don't need that one, okay? So the way to write it would be 30 and 5 hundredths, okay? Just like that. Are we good? Okay. You know what time it is? It's try it out time. Hopefully you're getting used to my routine. That's one thing I do harp on. It is routine, routine, routine. Okay, I know it gets boring, but you'll never be surprised when you come to class, okay? Even when you come back over here, it's the same thing, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and try it out. Remember to pause it. That way you can work it out and then come back with me when you have the correct answer, okay? So let me give you the problems. There you are. You have 4 problems to work out. Let me move my face around. There you go, okay? Let's go ahead and press pause right now and we'll come back. And you're back. Okay, that's just so weird recording. All right, we're gonna go ahead and I think you can see me there. There, okay. Gonna go ahead and try the ones that I gave you here. Let's see how you did. The first one you were supposed to do, it said to add $5.89 to $9.23. So hopefully you had everything lined up just like that, okay? Then when you add it, let's see, 9 plus 3, 12, carry your 1, 8, 9, 10, 11. Bring that decimal down. 9, 10, 15. Okay, did y'all get $15.12? Awesome. Okay, let's try number 2. We have 6. Now, you have to think here, didn't you? The 6 is in the ones place. So I have to think, what's in the ones place here? The 8's the tens place. The 4 is the ones place. That means this is 84.32. Just like that. This tells me I need buddies. I'm missing buddies. The 8 doesn't have a buddy. The decimal doesn't have his buddy. The 3 doesn't have a buddy. And the 2 doesn't have a buddy. Okay? Is everybody paired up? Everybody has a buddy? We can go. So 0 and 2. I'll bring down that decimal down. 0 plus 2 is 2. 0 plus 3 is 3. 6 and 4, 10. Carry your 1. And 8 plus 1 is 9. The answer there should have been 90 and 32 hundredths. Okay? So hopefully all did good on those 2. Let's move on to the next one. See how you did? You should have lined them up as 67.85. Underneath the 6 goes the 2, so 25 and 15 hundredths. We are subtracting. Hopefully you caught that you were subtracting. Everybody has a buddy, so we can subtract. Okay? Bring my decimal down. 5 minus 5, 0. 8 minus 1, 7. 7 minus 5, 2. And 6 minus 2, 4. Is this last 0 needed? No. So you could have written down 42 and 7/10, okay? Both of these are the exact same number, except this one is the simplified version. It's the more accepted version, okay? Good. Let's see how you did on this one, okay? 100, where did you put that 6 at, okay? Here's the ones place. So that is the ones place. So it should have gone there. So let's see how y'all did, okay? I'm going to go ahead and we are subtracting. Buddy system. It's at our buddy's end. Buddy for you, buddy for you, you, and you. You should have had a good old time borrowing here. Okay, so this guy, I can't take 1 from 0. I have to borrow all the way over from the 1. He turns into 0. Now, this one turns into a 10. 10, 9, 10, 9, 10, 9, 10. So pretty much all the other zeros are 9s except for that last one that you need, okay? So just remember that. Now I can go ahead and finally subtract, okay? That was fun. You should have done 10 minus 1, 9. 9 minus 8 is 1. 9 minus 7 is 2. Don't forget your decimal. 9 minus 6 is 3. And 9 minus 0 is 9. 0 minus 0 is 0. Remember, do I need that 0 here? No, not needed. So your correct answer would have been 93 and 219 thousandths. Okay? Hopefully you got those right. If not, double check your work with my work. See where you got wrong. Maybe you got off on a buddy or maybe you borrowed incorrectly. Those are the 2 main points I see. You can go back and double check your work and see how it goes. Okay? And then go ahead and you've already clicked this video. So now you're ready for the assignment. Click on the assignment, complete the questions, and you are done for the day. Okay? We will see y'all tomorrow. Okay? Have a great day and go to your next class.